needs federal regulation. American internet has slower bandwidth than any developed nation. South Korea has 8 times faster internet than in America. Cities in Korea, Japan, Switzerland, France, and even Romania have internet fast enough to download an entire high definition movie in just 7 seconds. While us, on the other hand, have to deal with American companies who actually block our bandwidth and slowing it down intentionally. Even with these greater speeds, they pay only 1/10 of what many Americans pay. 1/10. That means we pay 10 times the amount for a slower service. 8 times slower. The internet companies are a monopoly. They have no other competition. The government should be against monopolies. This is why they force competition, so that we don't have unfair pricing and companies that can do pretty much whatever they want and still have to charge it, and can still charge us whatever they please because we have nowhere else to go. But this was actually the government's fault. In exchange for building new cable lines, early cable companies were handed exclusive contracts by state and local governments in the 1970s. American companies have worked together to not compete amongst each other. In 1997, the cable companies all agreed on regions to take care of this. This would eliminate competition, and the companies can change whatever they want, and they could charge whatever they want for whatever speed they wanted to offer. Companies began to grow territory by merging. By 2016, the 40 regional cable companies had been consolidated down to just 3. Without any regional competition, these greedy monopolists are free to jack up the prices and keep your speeds shockingly low. In France, the government does not allow this. The French government requires companies to share space. Some locations in France don't have just one company to choose from, but they have 6 high-speed providers to choose from. This causes the companies to lower their prices, raise their speeds to be the better company. If you have 6 other people offering faster service for a lower price, that's good for the consumer. These companies obviously still survive if they're competing and willing to lower their prices. Why can't we do this in America? Why do we have to pay for much slower internet? A monopoly is not something that is even allowed in America, yet one of the biggest nations has this problem where we're paying for basically one of the slowest internets in any developed nation. We need the federal government to step in and erase the mistake that they made in the 1970s, allowing these companies to do this. I understand they probably did it back then thinking it was just a trend that this would die out, but no, this has become a necessity of life. Just like we need electricity, water, internet is becoming a necessity in life. Our children are learning more in school with computers, they're learning with internet, and sometimes our homework is due through computers. We are taking online courses, we are advancing our education even as adults, and we're using it every day. We need the federal government to regulate this and make these companies compete to lower the prices and raise our speeds. If we don't bring up our internet and we don't switch out to fiber optics, we'll be decades behind the competition in other nations. The federal government needs to regulate this.